Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to the Elm Hill City Zoo. Yes, we are finally back in the zoo after a short break. Hope you guys haven't forget about the Elm Hill City Zoo, because it is finally time to reveal what is the big project that I have been working on for so long. And this project is the Wildcat House. Yes, finally we'll have cats, felines, big cats and so on in the Elm Hill City Zoo. Those were probably the most requested animals by you. I got so many comments asking for tigers, for jaguars, for lions, and it is finally time to add them to our zoo. So I am beyond excited to introduce to you guys our new project, the Wildcat House. As you guys probably know, if you've been following this series, this house, like the cat house, was in my plans for such a long time. I told you guys in the last video where we had a tour around our zoo that this is one of my plans, together with some other houses and some other, sections of the zoo. And I thought that we are lacking big cats and cats in general in the zoo. So I wanted to add them, I wanted to have them finally, and I decided actually a while ago to start building this for the Elm Hill City Zoo. If you guys remember, I always refer to it that I want to build a big cat house, but I decided to change the name to the Wildcat House because we will have a lot of different cats in this building. Not only big cats, because for example lynx or cougar are not classified as big cats, they are cats or wild cats, felines. That's why this is the Wildcat, because we will definitely include those guys as well in this big house. I also probably should tell you why it took so long for me to upload any of the videos on this house, and it is because this is probably my fourth attempt to build this. I was looking for right inspiration and I started to build this building like 4 times. This is the 4th attempt. So yeah, I was kind of frustrated with it because it didn't feel right. Like every time I started it, firstly I wanted to go for a more like classical themed building that would be similar to the insect house that we already have in the zoo, but it didn't feel quite right, to be honest. Then I went for something very modern, and also I found it like not suiting too much to our zoo, and I was a bit struggling. Then I also tried another attempt. And yeah, I kind of like had a very hard time with it, because firstly it needs to fit to our zoo, to the theming, to this whole story of the zoo, and secondly it needs to be large, it needs to be huge, because I have plans to include here 9 of the cats that we have in the game. So I knew that it has to be big, but it cannot look like something, I don't know, out of the scale. I cannot build a huge classical building that is, I don't know, a half of the map or something, because it would just look very weird. One of my attempts was also to build something like very city zoo. I mean, where the indoor habitats for the big cats were just concrete and some logs, which you would see in like older zoos. But I thought that it is quite sad and I don't want to promote, that kind of habitats in my builds. So that also was out of the question. And yeah, I was kind of, I lost hope a bit. I really wanted to build that, but I was in this point that I didn't know how to do it simply. And then I got a comment from one of you guys on my last tour video, where we did like an update tour of the Elm Hill City Zoo. I went to this video, I replied to the comment, and then I went through the comment section under this video, because some of you guys there really had some really nice ideas for the Elm Hill City Zoo. And there's one of you who literally saved this project because you gave me the perfect inspiration for this building. And the name of this person is Fabian or Fabian D. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but thank you so much because you suggested that I should have a look at the Alfred-Brehm House in the Tierpark Berlin. So I went to Google Graphics and this was like a strike of the lightning. I don't know. I simply right away felt in love with that building, and I thought that it was so like perfect for our zoo that I couldn't believe it, and also very doable in Planet Zoo. Nothing like too complicated, nothing like that would be very hard to build in this game, but still very beautiful and very like suiting. So thank you, I really appreciate that. I know that you watch like nearly all of my videos because I like see you in all of the comment sections under all of my videos simply. So thank you for your support, and thank you for you know, suggesting this building because you saved my life basically. Yeah, I really love this building, and of course I will put the link down in the description so you guys can see what I was going for, what inspired me so much to build this building right here. Of course, this building is just simply like inspired by a real build. This won't be like an exact recreation. Some of the parts, yes, they are really similar, but some of the parts I won't go for. The building in the real life is huge. It is so massive. And I didn't kind of want to go for such a large building. I will try to keep it to the scale of our zoo. But the general idea for the building will be, you know, kept. Also, this building, it was given some renovation recently, so I would go for a renovated version of it, but I won't obviously include the animals that are in it. There are some, I think there are lions and tigers living in there, but besides that there are a lot of smaller animals. There are like sunbears, binturongs living there, and so on. And obviously we will commit this building only to wild cats. There's also like a walk through jungle inside of this building. We won't do that. We will do something like totally different in the center, but more on that in the future videos. So in this video today, basically what we'll do is like prepare the foundation of the building to start adding animals to it. There won't be any habitats today. Firstly, I thought about building half, like a part of the building, and then building a habitat for one of the cats, but I decided that this video will be so long that I don't want to do it to you guys, and I decided to, you know, upload the part when I am building like the front of the building and interior a bit, and then we'll have like future videos with new cats coming in the future. So definitely, if you are willing to see those videos, if you are so excited as I am, consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to simply don't miss that videos, because I have some really nice plans for our big cats and small cats that will be coming to this building. So the introduction to the video took me 9 minutes. Yeah, sometimes I just talk too much. So let me just describe quickly what I did here. So basically, we are working on the front of the building right now, on the facade. And the real life building, it has a lot of bricks, a lot of white concrete or white, I don't know, plaster pieces in our case, a lot of white metal, a lot of glass, and this is basically what I went for. So the entrance to the building is this like, you know, glass with those white metal pieces. We have doors, we made doors. We also added like a sign with forbidden things that you cannot do inside, like smoking, drinking, and so on. And this is a nice touch of realism. And also we did like a general shape of how the front of the building will look based on the real life building. There are those like two different sides on the left side and on the right side where the building is slightly higher. We will have like a staff areas for the staff. Basically there will be keeper hats, staff rooms, and so on. In a real building, I'm not sure what is in there. Like before renovation, I think that there were some habitats and you could go and have a look from the outside because there are windows in there. But right now I don't really know what is in there because there are not too many like photos online of this building like after the renovation. I need to go there simply. Next time that I will be in Berlin, I am living quite like near. It's like 4.5–5 hours by car for me to go to Berlin. So I go there from time to time because I really enjoy this city. And next time I will go there, I will definitely visit this building because actually Berlin has like two zoos. One of them is the Berlin Zoo, which I visited quite like a lot of times actually, because it is in a city center and every time I am in Berlin I make sure to go there because I love this zoo. But there's also like a tier park Berlin, which means basically animal park of Berlin or something, and there is this Alfred-Brehm House which we are building today, and I've never been there, so I need to go there. And yeah, what is also distinctive of this like building is the brick that I really love to use in Planet Zoo, and this is what, you know, drawn me into this building so much. Also, this brick has like this very interesting pattern on the real life building. It was kind of hard to mimic that, but then I decided I would do my own pattern with, you know, different kinds of those brick pieces. There are those smaller bricks and I decided to do it, and I love it simply because thanks to that this big brick wall looks a bit more interesting. The Alfred-Brehm House was originally built and opened to the public in 1964. It is built in this post-war modernist style of architecture, which is so like typical for Berlin. If you ever been to Berlin, I think that this style of architecture would be very like familiar to you because there are a lot of building in several like simple style with bricks and a lot of white color. For me, this building is so typical for German architecture. I've seen a lot of those buildings in Germany. So yeah, this is something that I thought would be so suiting because I imagine that we are building this zoo somewhere in Europe in a temperate biome. So this is just perfect for our zoo. This house was, however, renovated in 2020. The whole like building, I mean the facade and so on, stayed in this original like shape and materials and so on, but the whole interior was changed. So we will also go for that, and this is what I love because, as I told you guys, like earlier, the Elm Hill City Zoo is an older zoo that is somehow wealthy. There are a lot of people coming there, so it has money and it has like a support from local government or something to you know, renovate those older buildings that are in the zoo. So this is what we are going for. This will be like an older building with a very modern interior. All the habitats will be very pretty and detailed. I will do everything to make them look very natural for the cats. There will be a lot of plants inside. Also, there will be a lot of plants not only in the habitats but in the whole building. As it is in the real zoo, there are also a lot of plants inside of this building. It looks really tropical. I will also share some of the, you know, pictures of the interior in the description of the video. So right now I'm working on the like higher part of the building that is on the right side. It has like those really cool small windows with the metal parts that are like a bit protruding like towards and yeah, I really love the look of it. There are basically a lot of those small windows, and this is also very like typical for this type of architecture, and also something that I really enjoy. We are building this building quite next to the Rhino and Elephant house, which is also made mainly out of bricks. So yeah, that's why I was so like happy for the idea of using bricks. Also, we are building it near the sea lion habitat, which also has like a very modernistic vibe, and that's why I decided to like locate this building in that section of the zoo, and I think it really suits to the you know, surroundings. Of course, in this video we won't have habitats, but we'll still have some cinematic shots showing you how the building is looking right now, and I also will make sure to do some shots from like a distance to show you the positioning of this building in the zoo. Of course, when this building will be finished, when we'll add all of the habitats, we'll do a tour around it, and probably a tour around the whole zoo, because I really want to update you guys on the zoo. We have so many new habitats right now, so yeah, the zoo is quite big. My computer is still handling it quite well. I must say that when I built, for example, this building, which is quite in a distance from all the very detailed habitats, the game is working just fine. So this is probably a good tip if you are having some problems, you know, with the game that is lagging and so on. You can also always build a building like somewhere in the distance in the map, because then the game doesn't have to render all of the things, and then you know, you can just move it to the place where you want it to be if it's not too detailed and so on. But this is just a cool thing that I actually learned while building it, because you know, when I was building the doll shape habitat, I had some issues because it is next to the, for example, timber wolf habitat or the moose habitat, which were so detailed because of how many rocks and small like foliage I added. And yeah, I definitely had some issues with lagging, the game being slow, but in this case I didn't have any issues. So definitely something to keep in mind if you are building a large zoo. While preparing to build this house, I went through the Zoopedia to check what cats we have now in game, how many there are, and I counted that we have 10 of the cats right now in the game, and this building is kind of planned to have 9 of them. So we'll be skipping 1, and I think maybe some people will be like angry or disappointed. So sorry for that, but I don't really think it is too realistic to have 2 species of kinds of tiger in the same building, in the same zoo. Not many zoos have 2 different species of tiger. There are some, but not too many. I still don't know which tiger I would choose. I will probably do like a poll, I'm not sure how it's called, like for you to vote, like just as I did with the elephants, where the you know, the African elephant won over the Indian one. So this time we'll probably do the same thing with the Siberian tiger and the Bengal tiger, for you to choose which one of those you would like to see in the zoo. As you guys can see, we already started to work on the inside part of this building. We created like a small greenhouse sort of thing for the different cactuses. This is also really very inspired by a real life building. I'm not sure if there is like a small habitat for a small animal in there, like in this airlock for the building, in this small like you know, greenhouse house or something. Maybe there is an animal. It was quite hard to see from the, you know, photos that I was able to find. Maybe if someone, you know, has been there can confirm if there was an animal living there or not. But yeah, this is like a cool thing to have. Basically, inside of the buildings I can finally do like more tropical plants like cactuses and all of that stuff, because we don't add them outside to be more realistic basically. When it comes to the floor for the inside part, the real life building has some really interesting like pattern on the floor, and at first I also thought of making it like making like tiles, my own custom tiles or something. But then I thought that this would be like tons and thousands of additional pieces added to the zoo, to the, you know, to this building, and I don't want to make this zoo, you know, even more slow and lagging because of adding so many small pieces, and I decided to go for something that was more in-game, and I found this, you know, this bridge pieces that were added to the game with the Euro pack, and I thought that they look really cool as a floor. They all of the tiles have like slightly different colors, so it's not so repetitive, and it still looks cool. I wish that maybe it was in a slightly different color, like more beige or sandy something, but this is like cool, that the way that we have it. Also, I used a blueprint in here. I will link it down in the description. It was a radiators because the real building also have them in a lot of places, and I also wanted to include them, but building something so small was a bit too much for me. I thought like, no, I will find something in the Steam Workshop, and I did. So I was really happy that someone did them and I was able to use them, and of course I will link it down in the description. When it comes to the plans for the zoo and for our builds in the future, regarding the new DLC that probably will be released like anytime soon, I'm thinking like March, maybe the beginning of April, if we go back in time and see when the DLCs were released in the past. I think that we won't be able to finish this project before like the new DLC drops. So the plan is that I will do my best to add as many of the habitats that I will able to simply, and then we'll do probably a little break for building something for the new animals that will be added to the game, and then we'll go back and finish this building. So this is basically the plan. Honestly, this time I have no idea what the new DLC will be. Like, there's a lot of speculation going on, as always, before the new DLC is released. A lot of people say that it won't be aviaries this time, and I sort of agree. I think that they will do it like a bit later, if they will actually do it. So I really have no idea. I sort of wish for like more of the rainforest animals. I don't know, small monkeys would be cool, or stuff like that. I don't know, there are so many iconic animals still missing in the game that I want to see a lot of different packs and a lot of different, you know, animals added, and I simply don't have a clue what the new DLC will be. And also it makes me kind of like excited for the future, because I really want to see what they have cooking for us. When it comes to the interior, today we are making like a main entrance area to the, you know, to this building. So when you enter this building in a real life, you have like this cool fountain in the middle. There's like a crocodile statue, but I thought it would be actually cool to add a cat statue, and that's why I added a tiger with some, rocks. I also need to add like this special effect of the fountain, but I still didn't do it. I think I will do it in the end, just for the FPS and stuff like that. And we also added some custom billboards with the information and a map about cats of the world that I found online. There are a lot of info signs inside of this building, and we'll add them for sure in the future. I think that after all of the habitats will be added to this building, I will sort of come back to it and add all of the details. So right now the intersection might appear a bit empty and plain, but keep in mind that I will go back to it once everything is finished, once I see how it looks with all the habitats added, and I will add a lot of details like planters and stuff like that. So besides the fountain and the info signs, we also added like those European lamps. In the real life building, there are some, seating areas, like round seating areas that are in a different height. Just a cool thing, and I thought like those lamps will be actually like perfect for it. In a real life building, they look kind of different, but I couldn't find a pieces like a round, small enough pieces, because those new plaster round, pieces, I say pieces all of the time, elements maybe, are a bit too big for that. So that's why I decided to use the lamps. You have a option to turn off the lights lamps if you want to use them for something else. So yeah, I turned them off, and I think that they look cool as a sitting areas, to be honest. Also, in this main hall of the building above the fountain, there is like this huge round window, and of course I wanted to recreate that because I really love this detail. So I used the matte pillar technique to create like a perfect circle with those small classic trim pieces, I think that they are called, and yeah, I really love how it is looking with this round window. After that, I went on and did the ceiling and the roof for this area. I didn't include that in the video because I was just adjusting the plaster pieces, nothing too complicated, too crazy, and I already did that so many times that you guys know how I do it. After that, I went on to do the first of two staff areas where I put the staff building. The second one I won't include in the video. You will see it in the cinematics at the end of this video. In this area, we also have an entrance to the future habitat as well in the area on the other side. And in this one that I am building right now, we also have like this planter going through the whole area. This is just something that I thought would look cool because we have all of those windows, and that the guests that will be passing through those windows won't see only like plain walls and stuff area in there. There are some tropical plants, and it looks really cool. When it comes to the plants, outside of the real life building, after this renovation that I told you guys about, they planted a lot of bamboo plants, bamboo trees and so on. There are a lot of species of bamboo that are originally from Asia, but they can grow in Europe with no problem because they are used to lower temperatures. And also, this is the plants that I kind of wanted to include, but I mixed them with other plants to make it look a bit more, interesting. But we will definitely have a lot of bamboo in this area of our park because I really enjoy this idea and the look of it. At the end, I will also begin to do this higher part of the building that is all glass. I will do it a little lower than the original building because I didn't want this building to be so tall and so huge basically, but still it is so nice, such a nice detail, and I will add a lot of light to the inside part of our building. And there's one final thing that I would like to say before we will finish today's video. I was really hesitant of uploading this video in the current times, I mean Russia invading the Ukraine, but on the other hand I decided that uploading something like happy and uplifting could be helpful for some of you to deal with this situation. But if by any means you are watching this video and you are from Ukraine and you need some help, or you just simply need someone to talk to, please don't be hesitant to reach out to me. I can help. I am currently organizing like a collection of things, stuff like blankets, sleeping bags, food, medicine, and so on for people, for immigrants from the Ukraine that come to Poland. There are so many people that are like escaping the war, and we try to help them. So me and my friends are preparing those packages, sending them, and if you want any help, I can always try to send something to you, or I can help you find like an accommodation or something. So don't be afraid to reach out. We are here for you. We are here to support you. And if you guys have an ability to help, please consider to do so by donating to the right organization, sending the most needed stuff, and so on. We really need to support the people that are in need right now. Okay, and on that not too positive note, let me finish today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you are as excited for the new project as I am. Maybe some of you have visited this Alfred-Brehm House in Berlin and can let me know if it is reminiscent of the original building. I would be so glad if you could tell me. Okay, so if you enjoyed today's video, please consider to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, this will help my channel to grow, and I would be very grateful. If you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up down below, ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and comment down below if you enjoyed the video, and also let me know for which of the cats you would like to see me build first. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!